Welcome to the Goku versus Superman death battle. Let's get into it. But don't forget to like and subscribe. A lot of people look at my videos and they don't like and subscribe. That'll help out a lot. I think it's been like 10 years since the last one.
Fight! Son Goku, Superman. It's time to answer the ultimate question, and we're taking it all into play.
We're examining Superman's extensive mainline comic book canon. Given Dragon Ball Super's contentious continuities, we'll include all three, just to be thorough, plus Dragon Ball Heroes.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh no, they getting down in that. Okay.
Far away, in an enchanted land, an old master found a boy and marveled at his uncommon strength. This is the story of Son Goku.
Chances are, if you
It's
watch
me,
some localized
Goku.
anime,
Like, come
you
on,
can
man.
thank this guy.
Inspired by martial arts films and his wife's interest in Chinese culture, Akira Toriyama crafted the story and the character that would define generations to come.
Dragon Ball! Kakarot was born a low-class Saiyan on the planet Vegeta, narrowly escaped its destruction by Frieza, and was raised on Earth by happy old Grandpa Gohan.
Not just raised, but
I haven't
trained.
seen OG
Gohan
Dragon Ball in a
began
long
Goku's teachings
time.
in martial arts, which he would find to be his true calling under the guidance of Master Roshi.
Eating and napping,
Specifically,
sports.
he learned the Kame-sen and Ryu style, which focuses on discipline and tenacity, both of which strongly define Goku's character.
The more
Age
he learned,
40.
the more he wanted to improve. This little low-class monkey boy would prove that hard work and dedication can beat raw talent. Within just a few years, he was so strong, the only worthy teachers left were gods. And a talking cat, but mostly gods. When you're training to dodge lightning, you know you're a few leagues over everyone else.
He did have a slight advantage. Saiyans are naturally superhuman. They also take Nietzsche's famous words, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," very
Yeah,
literally.
on the
It's
brink of death,
almost
they literally get
unfair how
stronger.
much
Yeah,
of
there
a
it is.
boost in power they get after they're hurt.
While Saiyans like Vegeta may have abused this trait, it suits Goku. No matter how many times you knock him down, he will get back up, stronger than before.
It helps that he knows so many cool combat moves, like the Kamehameha.
An incredibly powerful technique that focuses one's ki into a single point.
Bro,
for
I know
devastating
all of us
beam.
did that
So
once. I don't
challenging,
care
it
if he
took
was at
Roshi
home.
decades
Everybody
to
did
master,
that.
But Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
It's incredibly versatile, with over 50 different variations. For example, Goku can curve the beam after firing, or even shoot it from his feet.
But unlike most Saiyans, he doesn't
What?
just use ki to blow shit up. Moves like the Solar Flare, Energy Landbind, and God Bind require a lot more strategy and planning.
Because while Goku isn't exactly book smart, he is a genius when it comes to martial arts. He doesn't just train to conquer his opponents, but to conquer himself.
He's also got some different moves, like trapping you in a rice cooker.
Well, pretty much any container could be used for the Mothaba sealing technique.
Then there's Kaioken, aka instant steroids. Goku's multiplied his power by 20 with it before, and in a movie, he even got it up to times 100. What a badass!
The Genki Dama, or Spirit Bomb, is potentially his strongest attack, but it requires considerable time. Unlike instant transmission, which is a teleport that's instant. The way it works is Goku detects another person, like a sort of beacon, then teleports to their location by launching himself through an alternate dimension where time stands still. Yes, according to the Daizenshuu guidebook, it's a dimension hop. You can actually see this in between space in some movies and games.
And the dubs wanted us to think it shot Goku's molecules around at light speed. Silly English.
The dubs did more than that. In fact, early dubs of Dragon Ball Z tried to rewrite Goku as a Superman figure. Even his
Yeah, I keep
famous speech on
pressing
Namek about being the
properties,
light
like
in the
Nimbus,
darkness was
obviously.
originally about him coming to
Powerful,
terms with his
sensu
Saiyan
beings.
heritage, accepting his anger and pride, avenging his
against
people by
demonic
defeating
magic.
Frieza, and declaring himself the Super Saiyan.
Hell yeah! If there's any scene that deserves the word epic, it's when he went gold. Super Saiyan and its sequels all have official power multipliers, but they threw us for a
Man,
loop by
oh,
turning Goku into
Super
a
Saiyan
god.
3?
Super Saiyan God certainly changed things up. Goku gained Divine Ki, a pure form of Ki unspoiled by mortal hands. Unlike normal Ki, it can't be detected and appears to have healing properties.
Kinda like Senzu beans. Did you know one Senzu has so much healing juice it can regenerate a person's lost limbs? They're missing out.
God Goku reached a level of power that could compete with the greatest of deities, nearly shattering the whole universe with a single clash on his first go. Dragon Ball's cosmology is unique. This model is said to be an accurate depiction of Universe 7, but there's a wrinkle there. When
It's
all
crazy
of
to
humanity
think
went to
that
heaven,
they keep
because
on
Boo went berserk.
giving like
commented
new
that heaven
powers
is
and
just
stuff.
as
Like,
large as a
what's
universe.
gonna be
The
after
Daisetsu
this?
backs her
At
up.
this
And,
point, bro.
that's heaven. Big planet.
So let's scale things up with that in mind. Doing so would make Universe 7 over 1,500 times larger than our own observable universe.
And Goku could destroy that much the first time he went God. And he didn't lose that power. He learned how to use it even better, even in base form. Now, imagine how much stronger he became when he stacked Super Saiyan on Super Saiyan God and became Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, not saying that. Or after he trained with some almighty angels. Or when he perfected the blue hairdo and stacked Kaioken on top of that.
Goku has certainly performed great feats with God Ki, breaking through Hit's time stop by forcing himself into the future, holding off Infinite Zamasu, who was a sentient timeline, defeating Jiren, who shook the entire world of Void by just walking.
He even tried out Hakai, the destruction god move that nopes you out of existence. Your being and your soul erased from all of time and space.
Culminating in
Yeah,
his greatest
forgot
form,
about that.
Ultra Instinct.
Chrome Goku
That's my
isn't a
thing. How
normal
do you even get
transformation,
past
it's a
Ultra
state of
Instinct?
mind.
Like,
Ultra
what is
Instinct
higher
is
than that
the
at this
highest
point?
peak of martial arts, subconsciously making optimal choices because you're in the zone, doing without thinking.
Something Goku has always been training to do. Technically, it can be used in any form, but when perfected, Autonomous Ultra Instinct makes you untouchable. No matter what comes his way, Goku will automatically dodge, block, and counter to the best of his ability, even pushing his body well beyond his physical limits. So far beyond, in fact, Ultra Instinct can summon a massive avatar to defend him when his own body can't.
That sounds really intense.
It is, which is why he's developed incremental versions of it for specific uses. It's extremely difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Until you get to Dragon Ball Heroes, aka Dragon Ball fanfiction gone Kaioken times 1,000.
While technically a different continuity, CC Goku is functionally a stand-in for the mainline Goku. His history and powers are the same, making his story just as much of a what-if scenario as the multiple super continuities. The only real difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
This Goku used instant transmission to teleport through time and dimensions. He outsped a god who could see the future. He defeated Dark King Fu, who was gonna rewrite the entire universe. Hell, this series even makes GT cool. Xeno Goku can
Bro,
break
that
space-time just
GT,
by
oh
going
my
Super
gosh,
Saiyan
that's
4.
Looking back
still
at
one of
that
my
goofy
favorites,
monkey
even though it's
boy
not
chopping wood
canon.
and punching dinosaurs,
Oh
it's
my.
almost overwhelming to think about how far Goku has come, how much he's had
That
to
form
face.
was
But
crazy
no
when
matter
I
the
first seen it.
challenge,
I was
he
like,
takes it
yeah.
head on and pushes through.
Showing everyone, everywhere, how to go even further beyond. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. It's
I
a
would
bird,
get ass.
it's a plane, it's Superman.
Geez, just a locomotive? People in the 40s needed bigger imaginations.
Born on the far-off world of Krypton, the
I'm hearing a
infant
lot
Kal-El
of people
was
just
sent
saying
to
they
Earth by his
don't like
parents.
Superman. I'm
Narrowly
like, I don't
escaping
know where
Krypton's
this is coming
destruction. Raised
from.
by farmers as Clark
Maybe,
Kent,
you know, I
he
guess it's
eventually
just that day and
became
age. Who
Superman,
knows?
champion of the oppressed, the man of tomorrow.
If you've only seen the movies, forget
I ain't saying you gotta
Comic Book
like
Clark's
'em,
not
but
the perfect Boy Scout.
I don't hate 'em.
He's definitely not Jesus. Wait, weren't the guys who made him Jewish?
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish immigrants and grew up in a time when anti-Semitism went largely unchallenged.
And then that ugly mustache showed up.
Understandably seeking escape from some truly terrifying horrors, the pair created Superman to be a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
A hero who could defeat any evil by just punching it. Hell yeah, that's how I live my life.
After almost 9 decades, Superman has been many
I remember that
things. At the
Superman
core,
thing,
his
the
story is one
anniversary.
of
That
a
actually
refugee,
made me
a
tear up
child
for
who
no
lost his
reason. I'm gonna
home,
be
left
honest.
to the
It's just a
mercy
little
of alien
tidbit.
people.
Made me
This
tear
new
up for
world
no
accepted
reason.
him,
I'm not
raised
even a
him, gave him
Superman
a new
fan
home,
like that.
Because helping others in need is the right thing to do. That's why he became a superhero, the first superhero.
Everything's gotta start somewhere, but he was the first one to really take off. I mean, not literally, it Took a while, actually, before he learned how to fly.
In fact, when Clark discovered his Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and subconsciously developed mental blocks, severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
He's strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not how that works.
He's fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait,
What?
he can do all that, but Batman can punch him out? Really?
You're probably thinking of Elseworld stories outside main canon like Dark Knight Returns. It's a good question, though.
It's funny how they
Superman's
just
powers
showed.
have
There's a
fluctuated
whole
over time
debate
for a
about that
variety of
one
reasons.
image.
However, for
Is it the
Death
front
Battle,
or is he
we
facing
take the characters
forward?
at their
Looks
best.
like
Yeah,
front
like
or
how
back?
his breath is so powerful he can sneeze away a solar system, or blow air cold enough to freeze ghosts.
Speaking of, his X-ray vision doesn't just see through walls. He can see through your own body and mind to examine your soul.
And yet, he can't see through lead. That's okay, though. He can just burn through it with his face. Since he gets his power from the yellow sun, his heat vision burns with the fire of a star. And if beams aren't enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super flare. It used to totally drain him, but he's learned how to control it.
Simply put, Superman's powers defy physics. My favorite examples of this are when he rebuilt the reality warping miracle machine from memory, or punched Brainiac so hard every version of him felt it through all of time, or when he gained 10 years worth of medical training through only 5 minutes of reading and then successfully performed lung surgery.
Nice. My
What?
favorite example is when he smelled brownies in North Dakota from orbit.
Even beyond his powers, Superman is no novice when it comes to the intricacies of battle.
He's trained in Kryptonian martial arts, which uses chi, or as they call it, Shriar. He even got summoned to Asgard to fight demons with Thor for 1,000 years.
Superman can resist being erased from existence, such as tanking Darkseid's Omega Beams. Even Retcon and the Time Trapper, both of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him. Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
Timelines literally revolve around him.
But let's address the S-shaped elephant in the room. You may have noticed we've covered a variety of Superman eras. Superman, and DC Comics as a whole, have gone through multiple retcons.
Golden Age, Silver Age, Pre-Crisis, Post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so
It's
on.
crazy
What helps
because the
know
more you
which
think
one is
about
the
comics,
main
it's
Superman,
like
right? Well,
comics
they
be
all-
having
Yeah,
all
the
types
latest
of
reboots
stuff.
basically said everything in the main series is kinda canon, even when he had wacky powers like changing his appearance with a super muscular control. Ew. I guess he can still phase through almost anything, even people.
Look, if you really dig into it, this isn't new. Plenty of characters have recalled events from supposedly retcon timelines before.
Yeah, post-crisis Supes did start as less powerful than in pre-crisis, but that was because of the mental blocks.
Though he's not a complete composite, there's so many other Supermen out there.
Future Superman, Big Robot Superman, Commie Superman, Dinosaur Superman. There's a bunch.
Still, this new canon has affected his abilities. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And while Superman's powers stem from the Earth's yellow sun, exposure to a blue star.
You know what? I
increases
wonder
them
what the
even
new
further.
Superman
In fact, upon
gonna do
visiting
in
a white
the
star,
movie
he
they
attained a
making.
whole new level of
Are they gonna
power.
give him some of
When
this
that old
stuff?
baldy Lex teleported him to another galaxy, Superman just popped back up, saying space-time has lost its meaning for him. He really just said that.
Remember, Superman defies physics.
Like when he used heat vision to restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
We've seen that his universe has a radius of at least 100 trillion light years, but we can calculate a more exact figure. The DC universe is 15 billion years old and expands at 60 trillion light years per half second. This means its radius must be over 50 nonillion light years across.
What? That's 31 zeros, and Supes helped make that happen.
Well, about 1/5 of it. That's still immense power, but if you want something bigger, here's the Anti-Monitor blasting Golden Age Superman with all the energy of the antimatter universe. And then Superman,
Punched him so hard it kickstarted another one of those reboots.
Now, Superman
what
does
happened?
have weaknesses. There's kryptonite, of course, and exposure to red starlight can fade his powers over time.
Not all at once. He has been able to move planets around while under a red star. So...
And everyone knows Superman can't deal with magic, but it's more accurate to say he doesn't have any special resistances to it. He's
He
defeated
can't necessarily,
plenty of magic
like,
users
he's not gonna
before,
die
even
instantly.
Shazam.
It's more
Superman
just like
challenges
a
the idea
weakness.
that
Like,
absolute
okay.
power corrupts absolutely. He's the goodest good guy
I
of them
like a
all.
bit of a
But
flaw
there
or
is
something.
nuance to being good. Even if he is the ultimate power fantasy, unstoppable and incorruptible.
Such as when he took on the World Forger, one of the most powerful reality shapers in all of creation.
Who was in the 6th dimension, crafting a whole new multiverse to replace the one Clark calls home. Who's gonna stop him?
Superman could, and the Forger knew it. So he was trapped on a world with a sun so distant he could never escape. Or so the Forger thought.
Instead, Clark found the strength he needed to fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger, and shatter his new multiverse with a single punch. Because that's Superman, a simple solution to overwhelming
Nah, I
problems.
think
He's
Superman
the
got
kind
it.
of
The
person
way it's
to
looking,
save a
I'm
cat
like,
from a
I'm being
tree,
completely
answer
honest.
Christmas cards from strangers, and tow hundreds of planets to
Look
a
at
new
that.
galaxy all in the same day. What's not to like?
Like it's
Truth and
Superman.
justice has no better champion than the Man of Steel. Oh!
All right. Here we go. They already at it. Put in the comments if I should just go straight to the fight for these type of videos, or do y'all want to see like the whole thing?
Today's the day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
If you say so.
I think that Goku's from Fighters. I think. I feel like Goku's gonna have just be a better fighter overall. Like he's a better fighter, but strength-wise, no.
You're holding back. Give it your all. No regrets.
Okay, swinging around.
I'm doing just fine.
You do his iconic little Superman punch. Superman getting whooped a bit, I ain't gonna lie.
Oops. Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
World made of cardboard. All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like a job for
Fighting in other dimensions. I haven't seen the first one in so long.
Well, what do you think?
That was awesome. Nice suit.
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
Ain't doing no damage. There you go. I like how they made Ultra Instinct. Like he has like no emotion. Practically doesn't even really talk because it makes sense. It's like, you know, there it is. Well, he stopped it. Well, I was saying it makes sense. He had to have concentration. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can't do all that, man.
Finally.
Okay. What's about to happen? Oh, he eating that right now. Just blow. Yo. That whole guy. Look at that. Who won? Oh,
Almost had me there. That was actually pretty fun.
wow.
Yeah, it sure was. But I'll be stronger next time.
I look
Look
forward
at the
to
background.
Let's go again.
it. You're on.
No, that was fire. Okay.
KO! That's it! The final, indisputable answer! Ah, who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
There's so many ways this battle could go, especially with all the other continuities.
Yeah, for real, Goku would kick
Yo.
almost every other Superman's ass, except for the main one.
There's a lot to cover, so let's address the 5 categories most representative of
Yeah,
this
we gotta see this.
First up, strength. Both could hit hard enough to break or make their whole
gonna say
universe,
Superman
or
on
take it in
this one.
stride, like when Superman got smacked by the whole antimatter universe.
At most, Dragon Ball's universe is 1,505 times larger than our own. But based on the DC Universe's officially established age and rate of expansion, it is 1.6 vigintillion times
I don't
larger,
even know what that
over a
is.
novemdecillion times more than Goku's.
At some
Okay.
point, you reach a number high enough that it just doesn't mean anything anymore. Anyway, Goku's obviously gotten stronger since the Beerus fight, even by billions or trillions of times. He's defeated Jiren, Broly, Moro, and Fu.
But even if we highball Goku by quadrillions or quintillions of times, the gap is just too much, especially with the World Forger feat. Not even Heroes competes with that. Superman takes the edge in strength.
But strength isn't
See,
everything.
I don't
Let's
know.
talk speed. Both are obviously
Maybe
way faster
Goku?
than light, but Superman crossed that mega-sized universe of his in seconds
did do
and
that.
flew faster than infinity.
Makes sense, he can keep up with the Flash, whose speed is so ludicrous it's unquantifiable.
Don't count Goku out, though. Flying across the entire afterlife in base form and outspeeding Eos's future sight takes some crazy speed.
Fighting Zamasu as an omnipresent merged timeline also implies immeasurable speeds.
That, combined with instant transmission and Ultra Instinct, could probably keep up.
Maybe. Quantifiably, Superman is faster, but both are immeasurable. The safest bet here is to say they tie in speed.
Especially when we look at skill.
I guess.
Goku's a martial arts master. He's definitely got better battle instincts. He wants
Yeah.
to fight and is dedicated to his training, while Superman sees training as a means to an end.
Superman's knowledge in pressure point combat and Kryptonian martial arts are impressive, but he's only used them a few times. It would be disingenuous to say he's an equivalent master at them.
So Goku wins in skill, but not necessarily in experience.
Don't get it wrong, Superman is not a mindless brawler. He's trained with Batman and Wonder Woman. He's even defeated martial arts experts like Cobra without powers.
Goku has spent decades training, but Superman battled Norse demons for 1,000 years.
He's also
I think it's an
astonishingly
age
brilliant,
thing for
like when he
Superman and
reassembled
then the
reality
foes he
warping
went against.
miracle
Like he
machine
went against
from
like
memory.
a lot of like
Experience obviously
high
goes to Superman.
ranking people
But
compared
perhaps
to
less
Goku.
obvious is our last category.
Goku went against a lot of
powers.
great people, but
Kai,
compared to
Spirit
Superman,
Bomb,
that's
Mappa,
like
instant
God knows how. Like
transmission, God Key, God Bind. How does Goku not win with those?
In Dragon Ball, Ki is dependent on physical ability, so it's different from magic. God Ki is simply pure Ki, and magic isn't an auto win against Superman anyway, whose greater strength could break out of something like the God
yeah, it's like a
Mappa
weakness,
as
but it's
Spirit
not like
Bomb
oh
would
he's
take
just gonna
way too
lose
long.
automatically.
And Goku's never successfully used Hakai before. Even if he did land it, Superman's impossible to erase from reality. Like, he's tanked Omega Beams, which do the same thing as Hakai.
Superman can time travel, countering instant transmission's similar ability from Heroes. And regarding teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Saiyans can't breathe in space, though Goku's certainly tough enough to withstand a vacuum, instant transmission requires another person to act as a beacon. He can't just warp to any red star.
Even if he did, Superman could simply fly away and find a blue or white star for a supercharge.
And Goku could not pull off the same trick twice, as Superman could phase through his attacks.
So, that's it then. Clark has too many counters, so he takes the edge in powers and it's over.
Ah,
I think there's something else. Goku versus Superman.
Oh, I remember
brings
that.
our zeitgeist.
Jesus.
It's more than just two characters fighting. For a whole generation,
That was a
especially
long
in 90s
time
America,
ago.
superheroes represented an unyielding status quo. Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in. For a lot of people, that's tiring, and Superman is an icon of that. Then along came anime. There was a whole other world of ideas and stories for us sheltered Westerners
You
to
also,
experience,
you know.
and Goku's an icon of that. So while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies and culture. And if that's what's at stake, who wants Goku to lose?
You sure you're not overthinking this?
It's not our intent, but it does call into question what we're doing. How can people agree with what we take as fact when fiction relies on interpretation? Are we stripping characters of their importance by simplifying them to contestants in a vacuum of violence? And if so, then what's the point?
Because it's fun, Wiz. Damn it, man. There's more than one way to appreciate something. We're having a great time talking about awesome characters and slamming action figures together. And that's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying, no matter who you prefer, that battle was super, man.
That's the worst pun.
What? It fits them both.
It's so lame.
I don't see you doing any better.
I do the math. The pun's your job.
Yeah, this is
Well,
probably
maybe
one of the
if you
best
math as
death
good as I
battles in like
punch,
a
then Goku
while.
would've won.
What is
Easily.
wrong with you?
A lot of people been
Hi,
saying
I'm
it
Ben,
too.
the voice of Wiz. Thank you so much
Well,
for watching.
That'll be it. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you think in the comments. I think this is a really good video. A great fight. Some of the stuff is like power, I guess, you know. Hey, I don't know everything either, so. But yeah, that'd be it.